What is going on, everybody? It's the Fox, and we're here for your official NXT review for NXT October 17th, 2018. The final episode of this set of NXT tapings as we get one week closer to NXT War Games 2018. They did have the logo for NXT War Games, and it wasn't War Games 2, it was War Games 2018. So this is officially going to be a yearly thing. And it's unlike Brooklyn, where it's in one place every year. It's going to be wherever Survivor Series is. So, not much build other than the first match towards NXT. Not as much build towards NXT TakeOver War Games as we will see in the next 4 weeks after this, because the next 4 weeks after this is going to be the final 4 weeks before we get to War Games. So, we did have what they call a double main event, but you really don't call a double main event when you have the first match opening the show and the last match closing the show. And this episode of NXT ended the way it needed to, with the return of one Aleister Black in the actual main event, which was Nikki Cross versus Bianca Belair. And then the show ended the way it needed to, with Nikki Cross, Aleister Black coming together, she saying something to him that we didn't see, and the rage coming off of the face of Aleister Black. You know that whatever she said to him pissed him off. And the next 4 weeks of NXT are going to be so worth watching, because War Games will be set, the title match will be set between Tommaso Ciampa and Velveteen Dream. Whomever attacked Aleister Black will be set as well. And I believe the NXT Women's Championship, which I think the NXT Women's Championship should be defended at War Games 2018, with the number one contender being crowned or named at Evolution to face the winner of Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane. Shayna Baszler also was in action tonight, and that match was very short because she legitimately injured her opponent. Everyone, if you don't know who it was Adam Cole's girlfriend, a.k.a. Britt Baker. They had a spot in that match that Shayna Baszler has done countless times, but this time this spot went bad, and Britt Baker legitimately got injured. The show started off with, of course, the Tag Team Championships of the Undisputed Era going up against the War Raiders for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Dueling champs for both teams, because both teams are over. I know that the Undisputed Era is supposed to be the big bad heels, but the fans just love Adam Cole, Starlight Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish too, when he comes back. Strong and Rowe start this match. Strong trying to take it to Rowe, but no dice. Cheap shot by Strong, and Undisputed takes control, but Rowe with a double clothesline out of the corner. Hanson tags in, O'Reilly tries to take him down, and Hanson stops that, but Strong gets in his attention, and O'Reilly takes over and tags in Strong. Both men try to do a double clothesline with each other, but Hanson breaks that and clotheslines both men. We get another, and he takes both men down. Rowe takes down O'Reilly, but Strong from behind, Undisputed with surprise tags. But not working, Rowe drops O'Reilly, then looks to lift him up and just tosses Strong over him. He literally had him in a dead left position and just did a backflip, back body drop of Kyle O'Reilly. It was a nice little spot. Who has Hanson dropped on him, then War Raiders toss Strong straight into O'Reilly. On the outside, Rowe with the right hands to both Strong and O'Reilly. O'Reilly gets sent back in, and Rowe's trying to come back in, but before he can get his leg in, he does get hit with a chop block from Roderick Strong, so his knee is now compromised, and that is going to be the attack of the Undisputed Era for the majority of this match. O'Reilly starts working on the knee, Strong tags in, and Rowe fights back with Strong with a backbreaker for a 2 count. Undisputed Era continues to work on Rowe's knee. Rowe fights back, but O'Reilly with many strikes keeps Rowe down. O'Reilly gets a 2 count, then O'Reilly with the ground and pound on Rowe. Rowe fights back again, but Strong with a drop kick for a 2 count, then a ground and pound onto Rowe. O'Reilly tags in again. Double beat down in the corner by Undisputed Era. And a dragon screw by O'Reilly, who then figure fours the leg, tags in Strong, who goes back on the leg. Rowe fights him off, but Strong back on him right away. O'Reilly back in, and he destroys Rowe's leg some more. Another dragon screw, then a Strong tags in. Rowe almost gets to Hanson, but O'Reilly stops that. Then O'Reilly charges Rowe, and we get a STO by Rowe. Hanson does get the tag, and he goes to war. Haha, see what I did there. And Strong and O'Reilly taking both men out. Then a Bronco Buster for a 2 count. Fireman's carry into a backbreaker onto Hanson's good knee, or Rowe's good knee. It was a fireman's carry on Hanson, who tosses Strong onto the leg of Rowe on his good leg. Then a powerbomb for a 2 count as O'Reilly breaks that up. Forearm by Rowe sends O'Reilly out of the ring. War Raiders with one of their finishers. Adam Cole comes in, tries to punch Hanson. Hanson grabs his fist and just punches Adam Cole in the face, sending him packing. Rowe tags in, and they look for another finisher, but straight combos by O'Reilly. Then an angle slam by Strong for a 2 count. O'Reilly and Strong get stopped by Rowe who takes out Strong. O'Reilly goes for the knee bar or a heel hook, but gets caught by Hanson, who drops him what happened here is O'Reilly gets the heel hook on, and Strong tries to do a running knee strike to Hanson, who catches him in midair and just drops him onto Kyle O'Reilly, and who boots Hanson and strikes the hell out of O'Reilly, who ends up striking the heck out of O'Reilly. Pop-up power slam by both men. A suicide dive by Hanson, who takes out both Strong and Cole. War Raiders look to have this match won, and Bobby Fish comes into the ring. He is 100% clear. Bobby Fish is back. He lays out both War Raiders with the chair. We get a high-low by Strong and O'Reilly to Rowe, and the Undisputed Era celebrate, welcoming Bobby Fish back to the active roster. I called it months ago. I have not heard anybody else talk about this match happening, but I've been harping on this for absolutely 3 or 4 months. Since TakeOver Brooklyn, I have been harping on this, and I knew it was going to happen as long as Bobby Fish was healthy. The War Games match this year is not going to be a triple threat tag team match. It's going to be 4-on-4, as the Undisputed Era will take on Pete Dunne, the War Raiders, and Ricochet in a traditional War Games match. I had called it for months. That is what's happening. It has not been announced yet. It will be in the next 4 weeks, but that is going to be your War Games match. Anybody who doubted me, I told you so. I told you so. Shayna Baszler versus Britt Baker did not go very long at all, because Shayna Baszler she had Britt Baker's arm in the elbow position with her foot on Baker's hand, and then she does the stomping thing. I don't think she's supposed to hit her like she did, but she did end up hitting Britt Baker wrong or something, and Britt Baker's arm was popped. She dislocated Britt Baker's shoulder, and Britt Baker has been out of action since then. I think she's going to be out for a couple months. They did call the match. They gave it to Shayna Baszler, who decided to hit a running knee afterwards, knocking out Britt Baker. In the back, Regal is asked about Nikki Cross, and he says he doesn't know if Nikki Cross is telling the truth or she's lying, but Aleister Black will be back soon, and I want answers, and I will be talking to Nikki Cross after her match tonight. Or will he? Tony Logan and Danny Burch took on a couple jobbers, Bing and Tin Bing, I think they said, and Rocky. Burch and Logan win this one with the implant DDT. Great to see these guys working. I believe these two actually have a match coming up on the UK, NXT UK taping, so look out for that. I'm pretty sure they wrestle one of those, but we'll have to wait and see. Definitely going to see what these guys will do. If they don't find themselves in the NXT tag team division where they could really do anything, they could be brought over to the NXT UK division and be one of those teams to vie for those tag team titles, because right now all we have over there really is Mustache Mountain and the Coffee Brothers. Unless you want to make another tag team, which if they wanted to, they could go Noam Dar and Flash Morgan Webster from today's episode. But for now, we only have 2 tag teams, so if you want to take Larkin and Burch and bring them from NXT to NXT UK, where they have a better chance of actually winning the tag team titles, because the War Raiders are going to end up winning those tag team titles in Arizona. In my opinion, that's going to happen. Either that or WrestleMania weekend. Larkin and Burch are kind of not going to be able to do anything, really. So have them come over because they do have that British tie with Danny Burch. So it makes it easier for them, and they could sit there and battle for those tag team titles and still get to show the fans what they can do. So, and I have a feeling that this would probably be one of the last few matches we see for these guys on NXT, as they might be moving over to the NXT UK brand. That's where I think they should be going. It was announced that next week, William Regal will announce Ciampa's opponent at NXT TakeOver War Games 2018. So look forward to that. Next week is going to be a monumental NXT, because I have a feeling that the War Games match will be announced as well next week. It was not confirmed of any of that stuff, but it just feels like the War Games match will be announced either next week or 2 weeks after that or the week after that. It's not going to be really named on the Go Home show. That's going to be a little too late in my opinion. We have Bianca Belair versus Nikki Cross, and this was a great match with an interesting finish. Cross in the corner, shaking shaking before the match. She's rocking back and forth. She grabs both ropes and she's just shaking, getting herself, I guess, hyped up for this match. She charges at Belair and they trade, and they're on the ground. They trade rolling ground and pounds until they go on the outside. Cross does some Belair into the stairs. Back in the ring, and Cross gets a 1 count, monkey flip by Cross, and a drop kick. Cross catches Belair and tosses her backwards. She then dives at Belair, who catches her in a fallaway slam for a 2 count. Then stomps away for another 2 count. Belair with the neck ring on Cross. Hurricane Rana by Cross, but Belair with a drop kick sends Cross into the corner. Belair does this was interesting because Belair did a handstand flip over Nikki Cross, and then does a backflip onto Nikki Cross for a 2 count. Really interesting. I've never seen anyone actually do a handstand, a forward handstand onto somebody before. Definitely really cool to do. Don't do it every match. Just do it every once in a while to show that, hey, I can actually do this. But don't do like Deonna Purrazzo, who always gets herself in a headlock and then handstands her way out of it. Just don't do it every time and make it a special thing every so often. Cross with the forearm to Belair, but Belair with the elevated chicken wing, but Cross rolls through with that for a 2 count. Shoulder tackle by Belair, who goes for a moonsault, but Cross stops that. She went for something on the top rope multiple times in this match, and every time Belair tried to do something, Nikki Cross ended up stopping her. And she gets hit with a tree of will. She gets put in the tree of will as Cross starts stomping away. Cross with a splash in the corner, then a bulldog. Cross goes up top and does a crossbody for a 2 count. Belair kicks Cross off, then a nasty forearm, lays out Cross. Spear, not a really good spear, but a spear by Bianca Belair for a 2 count. 2 more attempts because she's just trying to put Nikki Cross away because she feels like she's better than Nikki Cross. Only a 2 count. Belair then deadlifts Cross and hits a powerbomb for another 2 count. Belair is absolutely shocked that Nikki Cross kicked out because of all the punishment she has dealt to Nikki Cross. Belair tells Cross to stay down, but Cross refuses. She actually slaps Nikki Cross, and Cross just keeps getting up. Belair sets her up on the top turnbuckle, then a military press. And she's just sitting there. She has her in this military press and says EST as she's doing squats. She's doing squats in the middle of the ring while having Nikki Cross in the military press. That's just craziness. Cross gets out and puts her in the sleeper, turns it into a scorpion death drop for a 2 count. Cross heads to the top again, jumps, and Belair hits her with the hair whip. That still looks painful as can be. To the midsection by Belair. Belair goes for a up now, but Cross back up and stops her again and hits a superplex off the middle rope. Both women are down. Lights go out. Lights are out. We don't know what's going on. The guitar riff from Aleister Black's music hits. And next thing you know, the lights come back up. Belair is missing. Nikki Cross is still there, but Aleister Black is in the middle of the ring. Cross sees Aleister Black, starts rolling around. The match ends in a no contest. Nikki Cross is has a smile on her face. She's rolling around. And then Aleister Black puts his hand up, turns it around, takes his index finger, and just motions Nikki Cross over to him. And we could hear Aleister Black say, "Tell me." Wants her to tell him what she knows. Nikki Cross gets up into Aleister Black's ear, tells him something that we can't hear, which I kind of figure that's how they're going to do it. Aleister Black's head is down, and then you just see the rage in his face as Nikki Cross smiles and leaves the ring. And the last thing we see is Aleister Black standing in the middle of the ring with this absolute pissed off look in his face as NXT cuts to black. And that was NXT for the night. We have 4 more episodes to go. We will know who attacked Aleister Black, in my opinion, next week. A lot of people saying Cassius Ohno. There's actually people saying it was Johnny Gargano. Some are saying EC3. It's not the Velveteen Dream. It's not Tommaso Ciampa. Those two are going to be going after each other for the title. They have no reason to attack Aleister Black. I don't know who it's going to be. I think it should be Cassius Ohno. It would give this guy something to do, but it looks like he's going to be going off and taking on Matt Riddle in the near future. So it's going to be interesting to see what we see next week. That was the perfect way to end this set of tapings. I was saying it when they were like, it's like, if Aleister Black's going to return, it's got to be during this Nikki Cross Bianca Belair match. And the last thing we see is Aleister Black after he's being told who attacked him. So next week is going to be definitely an interesting thing to see what happens. And we have to just wait 7 days to see what's going to happen. Until then, my name is Franz. I will be back tomorrow for our Mae Young Classic review. We only have this one and next week before we have the finals at Evolution. But make sure to follow me on Twitter at TheFranz. Follow me on twitch.tv/TheFranz08. Hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. Like or dislike this video. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the Mae Young Classic. And then we're going to go over the Austin Aries thing and my thoughts on him and everything that happened this past Sunday at Bound for Glory. Until then, my name is TheFranz. I will see you guys later, and you have a good one.